Okay, we got a Warlock. Um, he mulliganed 2, I believe. I kind of missed it when I turned on the recording. Yeah, he already mulliganed, I think. So we'll keep the... Oh, this is actually a great hand. So Doomsayer is almost always a keep against Warlock. If you have the Frost Nova and you're going second on the coin, I'll write this in the guide, then you can afford to keep the Frost Nova Doomsayer because you have 2 draws, and I already got the draw spell, and it's a 2 draw spell rather than like a Loot Hoarder Scientist that only draw 1. So this is a perfect hand. Sheep or another draw spell would have been nice here. Mad Scientist would have probably been the best. Probably the best hand against Zoo would be going second. Coin, Frost Nova. Okay, there I got the Scientist. Yeah, that'd be the best opening for it. Be Coin, Doomsayer, Frost Nova, Arcane Intellect, and Scientist. So now, he's already got some Death Rattles, so hopefully he doesn't have the Egg too. I haven't seen much Egg. I know some people still run it. I still think it's a good card. We can Frostbolt or we can Scientist here. Scientist should be fine. We'll save the Frostbolt till after we Frost Nova Doomsayer. We're not under too much pressure. Usually you'd be forced to Frostbolt pretty early if you're under a lot of pressure, but we have the Scientist to give us the secret. We have the Frost Nova Doomsayer, so we're not too scared. Oh, we're actually happy he's popping his Death Rattles now, but that is going to add power to the board. It's a lot of power on the board. A Sheep would be great here. We could just cast the Ice Barrier, but Arcane Intellect is better. When we cast the Arcane Intellect, playing Freeze Mage in general is all about the best long-term strategy, which means drawing cards and getting better options. We think we're going to have the 3 mana to cast the barrier at some point. Casting the barrier now would be like a very short-term strategy. But like, I just need to stop damage now. I need to Frost Nova or barrier and stop the damage now. No, but what we're saying is we're going to get better opportunities to cast those over time if we draw first. Take a little bit of damage now. This is actually a lot of damage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. More damage than we're used to taking early, but we do have the coin Frost Nova Doomsayer, so we should be okay. He does have 1 spot on this board to put the Owl. We don't have to worry about Soulfire Doomguard anymore because it costs 1. He can Owl, and maybe he can Dark Bomb Soulfire, but other than that, this should go off. This will go off. The coin on turn 4, this one will go off like 90% of the time. Most people only run 1 or 0 Owls now. 2 Owls was common for a while, but most people don't even run Owl anymore. But they do run Dark Bomb, but usually not Soulfire and Dark Bomb, so that's okay. Does he actually have... Okay, he has the Owl. We're in a lot of trouble. So we can Blizzard next turn. Explosive Sheep, and we're forced to ping it this turn, I believe. And there's a chance he pops our block. But see, yeah. Okay. So no Doomguard. Okay, good. So block's not going to go down. We should get the barrier off before we die. Maybe not. Okay, now we will for sure. Blizzard is not good here because it leaves everything at 1 HP. We still have to clean it all up. Fireball, Frostbolt, no. We could Frostbolt Barrier. Frostbolt Barrier isn't much better either. We could just Fireball Frostbolt, let him proc it, and then pop on both, or just maybe Ice Block plus. We'll have 4 mana, so it's not that good. We probably will have to just do both. He had a very aggressive opening into the Owl on our turn 5. It's unfortunate. If we Blizzard, he's still probably going to pop the block, so that's not good. So we can Barrier now, or we can Fireball Frostbolt, and hopefully the turn we Barrier will take less than 7 damage. I think that's a possibility. So we're going to Barrier next turn when we block, and we're assuming that the turn we Barrier, we're taking less than the damage we'd have left on the board, because we could have Barriered and taken 7, but we think we're going to try to clean up and then barrier when there's less power on the board. Let's see if we're right or wrong. We'll see if he adds 5 power to the board. We can also take the risk and just freeze his whole board and not cast a secret. Okay, so we're still not sure if we're right or wrong because he could buff this up. But it looks like it was better by 3 damage or so that we fireballed before we buried here. So I don't have to do both secrets, but I think I will. And I'll probably just do Blizzard Blood Mage next turn. So barrier 3, 4. But we kind of have to block here because we're afraid of things like Soulfire Dark Bomb. Or else we could get away with maybe just the barrier. But it didn't. We weren't really paying that much. We could have put an Acolyte on the board, which is kind of good, but we think we're going to have enough time to do like a Blood Mage Blizzard, totally clean up and reset. So he had 5 damage on the board. He's doing 5 damage, the same as he's doing 6 damage, so 1 more damage that we paid. We could have buried that turn before. But then we wouldn't have been able to fireball this turn, so we wouldn't have had the mana, so that's fine. Okay, so if I have Blood Mage, I might have to Blizzard Blood Mage, because if we kill this, he's only 1 damage off of popping our block. We can look for our Frost Nova, but it doesn't really do anything. Okay, let's just do this. We'll let him pop our block if he can pump this 1 damage. This guy's like just an old school Nax, no GVG cards. Okay, so he most likely can pop our block with a pump on this. Oh, so there's a Soulfire, so no Soulfire, interesting. So now, well, now we might not even die to anything. Nice, he lost a second Soulfire. So if we can clear his board, ooh, it's gonna be tough. Alright, still in the realm of possibility. So we could freeze it once and let him ping us to give us draws, but we might not have to take that risk. Let's see, we can do 6, 7. It lets us actually draw more because we can even put the Loot Hoarder on the table. So we'll start with this one. Wow. Loot Hoarder gives us a chance to fight whatever he places on the board next, or we could just ping now and freeze it once. They're both 1 draw, but Loot Hoarder has more upside, I believe. So he has no more Soulfires, but he could have Doomguard and Dark Bomb. It looks like his deck has no GVG cards though, so we're no Dark Bomb, but probably Doomguard. Small chance of Hellfire. That's also scary. Okay, we get the draw. Really need that Alex. Alright, so let's look for our Alex Straza. We'll do this first, see if we have to ping this guy. Okay, we can go down to 1 health. Looks like no matter what, we can afford to ping. Frost Nova delays the Loot Hoarder, the Leper Gnome proc. We could get crazy and just Ice Lance this and have our Anti-Ice on the board for potential lethal next turn. That's super risky. Okay, let's just draw 1 more. We don't want the juggles going off anyways. Okay, there's the Alex. So we just need to live this turn, so we just need him not to draw Doomguard. Is there anything we could do? There's nothing we could do to prevent that, really. So we'll just put the stuff on the board so we can fight back whatever he plays. So when we do Alex, we'll go up to 15, no worry about dying. Just need him to not to draw a Doom Guard. He's got 2 shots out of 13 cards. Okay, that's not a Doom Guard. That's not a Doom Guard, okay. Do we have lethal anyway? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we'll pop the Leper Gnome before we heal up. I could Ice Lance that. I should Ice Lance this. It has a lower chance of him killing this. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pay for not Ice Lancing that. Oh, he doesn't have it. He could have Power Overwhelming. No Power Overwhelm. That would have been my bad for slipping up. I thought I had the game clenched already. So yeah, he's running an old deck with the 2 Owl. But you can see how I could have lost. I should Ice Lance that for sure. I believe we have lethal now. Yeah. So that's about how it goes for Zoo. I should have showed you. That's an old school Zoo. I wanted to show you how to beat the GVG Zoo, but it's actually easier because they don't run 2 Owls and they don't run Soulfire. They just run Dark Bond typically, so that's how that goes.